Hey guys.
What is good, everybody? How y'all doing?
Today on Dip a Toe, we're diving into the wild world of crypto wallets, your key to owning, managing, and securing digital assets like Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. Over the next 2 hours, we're going to break down what they are, how they work, and explore the top picks from the crypto community.
Not only that, but we're going to talk about something a little bit more serious about those wallets. We're also going to cover must-know security tips to keep those funds safe. Because losing your cryptos to a wallet slip-up, not on our watch. Not today, but it can happen. Whether you're a newbie or a pro, stick around. Check your coin support. Let's unlock the mysteries, the wallet mysteries together. Let's go!
Let's go! Welcome to Dip a Toe. How are you doing, Simon?
I was doing really good until I got fumble tied on the stick around, and my random show pumping creative mind said, "Let's go this way." I'm like,
I have to here. So, guys, welcome to Dip a Toe. We've been trying something different the past couple of shows where we're trying to do an intro, a 1-minute intro live to kind of attract and grow our YouTube channel because, our standard intro is the same every time. And so, we're trying to execute this 1-minute intro, and it's very difficult. And I was talking to someone the other day, and they have a podcast, and they have like 6 people working for them doing all this stuff, and we're just trying to do it on our own, and it's harder than it looks.
Would you mind naming that individual that has a podcast that has 6 people working for him?
I cannot, but okay. I cannot, but I can tell you that I do know of other podcasts, even besides this person that I spoke with. I know of other people that like Zach Rector, for example. He has, he has people helping him do all of these things. And, hopefully one day we will get to a stage where we can actually have people helping, but
bro, we don't need 6 people. Come on. We don't need 6. I mean, it'd be cool to have 6 people. Honestly, I would love it. Technically, we have 3 people running tonight. We got the angel in the wings. Angel in the wing. Oh my gosh. We got the angel working the background.
Always right love her.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angel.
Yeah, thank you, Angel. Doing a great job. She's 100% on the team, so she's going to be handling the editing and the clips that we're going to be running in the future. I did want to say this though about what we're doing here. In truth, it's really practice for you and me and the Dip a Toers out there for Vegas. In case you guys didn't know, we are going to be broadcasting because of Alan Staple and the crew, and of course because of IMU TV. If you don't know who they are, get your Roku out, search it up, you're gonna find it. We're broadcasting. We're going to be part of broadcasting to 23 different countries. Holy buckets!
It's
so yeah,
crazy.
We're practicing.
Yeah.
Thanks for being the beta testers. We appreciate you.
We're the beta testers in more ways than one, aren't we, Simon?
All of us, including everybody in the crypto space. We are proof of concept, proof of work, proof of stake, proof of DeFi, proof of NFTs, proof of token creation at the bus stop. Literally, I know people are creating tokens at the bus stop. They're doing it on the phone. Literally. And that was, you got someone that's been doing it in 2 buses, no stop, just at the bus. And right. Mr. Optimistic Pride, she's doing it all on the phone. Yep. Mostly on the phone, I think. There was a laptop.
And where there's a will, there's a way, right? If you really are determined you want to do something. And, I want to say we've got 51 people in here already. And I want to say hello to a few of them. We got our beautiful Rosemary in the house, Matt Riley, Megan, Crawfish, our friend Crawfish, MM's here. Lisa A is in here. Who else we got? We got Lloyd. What up, guys?
We got Tiara.
Optimistic's in here.
Is she?
Yep.
There she is.
Our friend Connie and Mr. Zam's in here.
Where's Connie?
Connie's in here. Yeah. Where is she at?
Okay. All right. I just had to check. I know we added a few other places that we're streaming to. So yeah. I need to see if that was a Connie that I know.
If you guys if you guys would please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel. We want to get to 1,000 followers over there, or subscribers. I don't like to call people followers. It would be super helpful, and if you could share this out and get more people in here. This is hopefully going to be an interesting conversation for you guys. Niall's in the house, and Darla. Who else?
Darla.
I think those are.
I can't wait to hug Darla in Vegas.
I'm telling you,
I cannot wait to hug
today.
Did you? I'm this close. I'm this close to turning it down.
I finally got my XRP Las Vegas conference ticket. I figured out a way to achieve that goal. So I'm super excited, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So guys, this is part 2 of last week's Back to Basics. And we thought we would touch a little bit deeper on the crypto wallets and the security. What happened? You got
after a sword. Man, I just started spasming right here. I was
no.
No. You're not going up my neck. You're not going up my neck. You are not going up my neck right now.
This is live TV, guys.
I know. Like, what are you doing? I'm spasming.
Well, we're going to dive into the world of crypto wallets, and we're going to break down, hopefully the best of our ability, what they are, how they work, the different types, and kind of go into the security of them. And so the first thing for people that are new to the crypto space, you might wonder, like, what is a crypto wallet? Mark Rossi, what's up? So basically, crypto wallets are tools that allow you to store, manage, and interact with your cryptocurrencies, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP, any of the altcoins. They don't actually hold your coins. Like, people think that the wallet is actually what holds the coins, and in the traditional sense, because cryptocurrencies live on the blockchain. So, but the wallets do store private and public keys that helps. That's what you need to access and manage your funds. And so, if you think about them sort of as a keychain for your digital assets, where the public key is your bank account number, which this is safe for you to share with others, for people to give you assets, and the private key is your PIN. Or your signature, so to speak, to keep it secret. So for those of you that are wondering, I'm hoping that I explained that well. Hey, Tristos, have a go. And Immortal Cerrito, welcome to the Dipito Show. What is it? What is Immortal says? Hello, Dipito. Great job. New crypto folks. Anything you learn now, even the smallest bit of info, will make tomorrow easier as we transition to society. Amen. 5. Right?
Yes. Agreed.
There's so many things that, like you said earlier, Simon, is like, even though we've been doing this for a long time, even myself, like I use the same wallets, right? I there's so many things to experiment with out there right now. And so people, I'd say like, well, what wallet do you use? What wallet do you use? And I'm like, some people named wallets I've never even heard of before, right? So and then depending on which chain you're particularly interested in, whether it's, the Bitcoin blockchain or Ethereum or Solana or XRP, all of those have different popular wallets that people tend to gravitate towards. But before we go into those, I kind of want to work off wallets page number 1 and talk a little bit about how do they work. So do you have page 1 up?
I do. I split my screen, so I'm not used to doing that. So it's like 290s. So I'm going big screen here just to make sure I got it wallet stock number 1, just to keep us in line, because this is a really big topic. Easy to go off the rails. In my consulting, I actually spend a lot of time on this topic, not really by choice, because everybody's different. I'm one-on-one, gotta know how you speak, and then I try to speak you so you can understand this, right? That's kind of my angle. So for all of you that are new out there, we are going to literally give you the Neo Kung Fu download here. You're going to be like, wow, that's a lot. I really recommend going back and watching last week's episode and this. There are gems all the way through. So but that's why we got to have these docs. Melissa's done a great job of trying to really keep all this information concise. Honestly, 4 years ago, we probably wouldn't had this many pages of wallets to talk about, but that's just the growth. So in 4 more years, how many more will there be? Will there be a state crypto wallet like here in the States? Will there be a Providence crypto wallet in another jurisdiction? Will that be a thing? It's very possible. Melissa, I'm on the dock. Let's rock.
So how do they work? How do they work? So like one of my notes is like, at the core, the crypto wallets use cryptography to secure your assets. When you set up the wallet, it generates a pair of keys. You want to go into the public key and the private key?
Yeah, I can totally do that. So the public key, by the way, great example that you gave earlier this evening, that it's like your bank account, something you give to your employer, or if you're business to business, it's something that you definitely have to hand off to somebody else so they can send you the monies. So your public key derives from your private key. This is used to create addresses where people can send you crypto. Even for me, I like to think of it as my mailbox. That's my mailbox, right? And the private key, sorry, that was public key. This is the private key, is a long string of characters and characters, numbers, at symbols, little letters, big letters. It depends on the network. Here's my old school wallet. And so is your address. Your address is like that too, only originally it was shorter. but it's a long string of characters that proves ownership and lets you sign transactions to spend or rather move your funds. Okay, that's like I'm so and so and I approve this message. Well, that's what's happening on the blockchain is those private keys. And some of you out there have heard this, others have not. He or she who holds the keys owns the cryptos, meaning they're the ones, because they have the power to move those keys from point A to point B, recover a wallet, those types of things. Was Team Green's in the house?
Team Green, Toasty says it's called hexadecimal.
Thank you, hexadecimal.
And then he also says 0 through 9, A through F. Hey, Rob Nichols in the house. What's up?
What's up? Got to drop it down low, keep the flow, bro. Yeah. Watch out for the single. Toasty, thank you for that. Toasty, thank you for that knowledge. You say
I want to call out Keita. Miss Keita's in the house. Our lovely Keita. We missed you. We love you. So you've got your public key that you give to others to be able to send you crypto. And then you're sending, when you send somebody crypto, that's the address that they can verify that it's coming from you. And then your private keys are that long string of characters that proves the ownership and that allows you to sign to spend or move your funds. So when you want to send crypto, the wallet creates the transaction, and then it signs it with your private key. And then from there, it broadcasts it to the blockchain network. And depending on what network you're on, like the miners or the validators confirm it, and then your transaction is complete. So if you wanted to receive crypto, you're going to share your address, which is tied to your public key, and then the sender. So say Simon wants to send me something, he is going to send it to that address. So I'm going to share my public address with him. And then they're going to use that address to transfer the funds to my wallet. And one of the things that people need to be very careful with, and Simon, you could touch on this because I know you have experience with this. You should always double check if their wallet, number one, supports the specific token that you're wanting to send it to, and also the address itself, that you have given them the correct address, or if you're sending it to your own another wallet or whatever, that you're sending it to the correct address. You want to touch on that a little bit, Simon?
I do. I will share a personal dark story about Simon Says Crypto. This gets into the address part. So let's back up. Very good point in checking to make sure the wallet that you're sending to, whether it be your own or a cold storage that you just got, thinking hey, I know how to send crypto. Cool. Whoop. Well, if you send it there and there's no check and balance in the current wallet that you're operating in, saying this is a valid address, this is not, because not all of them do that. Don't get used to the easy, lazy way. This ain't for sissies. So, it's very, very good. Even 2 weeks ago, had a client, we were navigating their cold storage and we went to go check to see if other coins were supported by that version, and they are not. So that individual luckily had a different brand of a cold storage wallet, and, problem solved. But that was the first question. It's like, well, wait, let's make sure we can support, because not all of them support all of them. Right. Now, getting to the address part. Now, the good developers of the world have made our lives a little easier with the QR code. Okay. By the way, there's another thing with that, and it totally relates to checking the address. Sometimes down below, you'll get like the first 5 letters, ... and the last 5 letters, or what Toasty call it again? I was trying to find that.
Hexadecimal.
The hexadecimals, right? So I think that's good to at minimum, check the first 5, check the last 5. But let's interject my $6,000 never going to get them back crypto story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yes. Yeah. So one day I was a baller. The next day I was a charity giver. I don't know who. I don't. We can't even give them back. I literally created a dead wallet somehow, some way. So basically, the address that I was sending to was the exact same, except for one letter. One
Because
letter. And
were
and
you
guess where that
typing it?
letter?
Were you
Guess
typing it in manually? Or you typed it
I
in
was.
manually?
I was. That was my double check. That was I made sure. Boom, 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 boom. Some people say, well, why don't you copy and paste? I'm like, because sometimes you might copy and paste and not get all of it while you in a clicky rush. Been there. That just didn't work for me. If it works for you, hey, great.
Yeah.
Salute to you. You can come over and copy and paste anytime if you're that good.
Mhm.
Um, everybody has their method to their madness, right? It has to be easy, and you have to be the one to develop your own kind of system with how you're going to crypto or digital asset build your
Know
wealth.
yourself.
Every, right? Everybody has the strategy, but now you got to implement those strategies into your life. Getting back to the address, so
XRP Renegades dipping both toes.
dip both toes, baby. You might want to. I hope you're sitting down for this. So we have the first five and the last five of the address, right?
Yeah.
Guess what number was changed that was
What?
different?
What
Number
number?
6, slot number 6.
Ooh, ooh.
Slot number 6 was different.
Whir-r, whir-r.
Yeah. So I waited, and now I was in a rush. I was trying to leave the house, but I waited. I waited. I waited. I told the wife, no, we're not going yet. I don't got confirmation. Now I'm watching one wallet versus another one. What I could have done is check the blockchain, which I did a couple hours later after I said, forget it. It's on the way. I'm good. I left. That was mistake number 2. I was at a family event. I went to the blockchain. I checked. It's there. How come I don't see it? It's there. How come I don't see it? I went back and read the whole address. Boom. It's not there. It's in another wallet. I called up some individuals that at the time could get crypto back, maybe, but it was worth a shot. They said, we don't know how you did this or how this happened, but you essentially created a wallet without a human on the other side. And now those coins are stuck over there. And they are.
Yeah,
I look
they're
at,
dead.
I
You sent it
stare
to a
at them
dead
from time to
wallet. Basically, that's what they call a
yes,
dead wallet.
but
Yes.
a dead wallet, but you have to create a dead wallet. Somehow the dead wallet has to get created. So how did I
Mhm.
create the dead wallet when I punched in the address? Like somehow, some way that was live. One day I'll really go into the science of it because if I can get those back, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
It was stable coin too. So
Ay, ay, ay.
I know there's a way for it to get back over time. But anyways, yes,
Rosemary
you want to
says
check
you
them all.
can't get complacent sending. You still have to check what you're
No,
doing, be organized, and always send a small amount first. Always send a small amount first.
I
Great
that was something
comment.
else that I did not do because why? I was in a rush and I knew what the hell I was doing. And I did. I knew put in an address, send the coins. Good job. Whoop. No, bad job. Check everything. Check it twice. Carve out some time to send. So that's very, very important. A few just different reasons of why you want to check your address. I have one more thing to add to the QR code thing. Okay. And this is why you want to, again, check that address because you should be able to receive it when you go boop, boop. Some scammers out there are really good at what they do. I wish they would use their talents for other ventures, but they don't. They can do an overlay of a QR code on screen. That's a thing they can do. If you're not paying attention, you won't know it's done, especially if you go boop, boop, and now you don't know what access you've given them just by scanning that. A QR code is just like, in my opinion, it's just like clicking a link. So check that address. Check again. If you're in a rush, walk away. Literally, just walk away. Go do something else. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Live to fight another day.
I will say this. Well, we'll talk more about the specific wallets as we get deeper into the show. We have 114 people watching. Thank you guys for coming to Dip a Toe. We appreciate you. And if you have comments, put them in the comment. Hopefully we can catch them and bring them up. I see a lot of chatter in there. One thing before we get off this topic is, the importance of making sure that wherever you're going to send, that wallet can accept the token or coin that you want to send to the wallet. Because there's a couple of different things here going on. Some wallets hold a variety of different assets in them. Some only hold, they don't hold all of them, so they might not even be able to accept it. And so you want to make sure that the wallet that you're going to be sending to can accept the coin that you're sending. And then also, as we get deeper into this, the difference between, self-custody and custodial wallets. If you have your coins on an exchange, you think you have a wallet on the exchange, but they're just holding your coins there, and many times you have to have a tag that when you send it, they know where to send the coins, because it'll just go into this big pool of coins that then get distributed to the individual people that they're holding those cryptos for. And so if you don't put the correct tag in the note or whatever when you're sending it, it might not go to where you're expecting it to go. So like we always say, crypto's not for sissies. You do have to take responsibility, and yourself. And so I guess, like, as we get further down in this conversation, just want you to know that there are a variety of wallets out there. There are a variety of options for you. Some options are easier than others. Some options are more secure than others. And based on, your comfort level and all of that, you make a different choice than I would make or Simon would make, right? So I don't want anyone to get discouraged over hearing, a horror story of losing my crypto because I made a mistake. As far as like the QR code thing, and as we get further into the discussion with the different wallets, if you're using it within the ecosystem and it's your, I use 2 phones, right? Like, I have several phones or whatever. You can sign transactions with a phone, but doing something online, so that you're scanning the actual code, like QR code that is legit. Right? Like someone's address, they send you the code, the QR code for their address. I can scan it and I can sign a transaction, say, for example, in the Zaman wallet, when it's XRP related or XRP project related. That makes it very easy. But not everything is as easy as that. So
No, it's not. But I like that you brought up the point about, don't use QR codes. I'm just saying check. That's it. Just check. Is there a limit to how many wallets you can have? No, not right now.
No, not right
I say not right now because we don't know what 5 years is going to look like. Let's just be honest. We don't know. No, not right now.
No, and like, I guess too, it depends on, well, I will say this before, as we get deeper into the conversation, like Exodus, for example, right? You can have more, you can have 3 in one Exodus. So like 3 addresses. So if you want to break it up into, save forever, which I don't know if I would use Exodus specifically, but just saying save forever, my spend money, my NFT money, or whatever you can label them whatever you want, and you want to distribute them across different wallets. Or say you have children and you want to have, one wallet set up for your kids while you're trying to get them to learn to do crypto. You can do that. But then you can also set up a completely different Exodus wallet and do the same, do another one. Do the same thing with the Zaman wallet. Now with Zaman wallet, you have to fund them with XRP, and there's a little bit of XRP that you have to hold to open that wallet up. But the fact of the matter is, you can have several different wallets. And, sometimes I think it might be good to have some extra wallets just because, and definitely if you're a newbie, when you start to play around with wallets, go ahead and open one up that you don't intend to use forever, just to practice opening it up, creating your passphrases, restoring the wallet, that sort of thing, and just play around with it. And then when you're ready to go for real and hold crypto, you can create one that you're going to use for, other purposes or whatever. So, Team Green, I know my friend Amanda uses Lobster Wallet. So Lobster Wallet is definitely not for amateur investor. I agree. And actually, Team Green, I kind of avoided Lobster Wallet because I am a cautious person, and I was hearing rumblings and things regarding the Lobster Wallet, and so I thought like I don't have time to really dive into it. Not that it's a bad wallet or anything like that. I'm not saying anything negative about it. It was just something that I heard some things, and because I didn't have enough time, I kind of stayed away. And just even saying it's definitely not for the amateur, I think it's good. Let's see. Well, yeah. And so Rosemary says, problem with Lobsters, there's no speed bump to stop you from sending without a memo. That's a flaw in the wallet. And it should say, did you mean to send without a memo? That's fair. Team Green says, I like that Zaman wallet warns you that recipients don't have a trust line set instead of allowing you to send the asset into some crypto cloud you can never get back. Yep, we're going to touch more on the different kinds of wallets, because that is something that is unique to the XRP, to the Zaman wallets in the setting of the trust lines. Because you, like, random spammers can't like airdrop you little stuff if you're not expecting it. So you have to literally interact with the project or token that you want to be sent to you as an extra precaution, which I think that's pretty awesome, because nobody wants a bunch of spam tokens that they don't even know what they are. Let's see if there's any other. Hey, smash that like button for this two legends. We appreciate you, Team Green. Team Green, carpet cleaning. Crypto Glam is in the house. What's up?
Well, Glam's in the house.
Rosemary also has another tip. I think it's smart if you can make yourself a dedicated work area, desk, table where you can focus with your notebook, phone, and computer. 100%.
Dude, that's it right there. Book yourself an appointment for yourself to do your crypto stuff. If you don't book an appointment, then don't do it. I'm serious as a heart attack. I have fumbled lots of times, and it's just because, looking back, I did not give myself the time, or I did not have it within myself to recognize it was the wrong time to do this. I should not be doing this. Like, I don't know if y'all remember driver's ed, but they're like, if you're angry, you shouldn't be driving. Even if you're excited, things can go wrong. I mean, that's it. That applies to everything. If you're upset, you should not go out drinking and you could get in jail. You could do, the list goes on. Rosemary, thank you so very much for that sound advice, because that's where it's at. Get your little crypto desk, get in the business.
And it's a show like this, so we're like, there's 149 people watching Dip a Toe tonight. And, like one would think like, hey, we're all old school. We've been here for a while. We know what we're doing and all these things. And I can't tell you how many times that I've heard, even from people that have been in longer than me, that will say like, oh yeah, I screwed up, because we get confident, we get overconfident, right? We get careless because we said last week, if you think you know everything, you totally don't. You totally don't know everything. And being on autopilot is good. But when it comes to your money, you should never be on autopilot. You should always be cautious when it comes to handling your funds. Now, they are building things that are going to take the masses into the crypto world, and they're going to make it extremely easy for those folks, just like they do their bank accounts. They're going to make it easy for them to interact with crypto, where people probably won't even really realize that they're doing it. But for those of us that are giving this our attention, and we realize what an opportunity is, and we realize that we're the beta testers of this, and that's the other thing that I want people to understand. When I'm coming at you and I'm saying, hey, get involved, learn about cryptocurrency, learn how to create a wallet and all of those things, I'm asking you to invest in yourself and educate yourself, and be brave and understand that you are a kind of a beta tester. And with being an early adopter of this environment, we have the potential for some pretty significant rewards. If you do your research, and
Yes.
you're part of a network, and you teach yourself things, like how to open your own wallet and how to self-custody your own crypto. So that's why we're doing the Back to Basics Part 2.
Dude, just for you.
Yeah.
Valid points there. I like the invest in yourself. We overlook this a lot, like financial literacy. If anybody's starting their financial literacy journey, you'll hear all the self-made millionaires that maybe have only been there 5 years. They will literally say, I spend thousands, if not tens of thousands, on more education, mentorship, etc. Well, the education is somebody's program, somebody's books, somebody's series of videos, all that jazz. And I'm not saying go out there and initially do that, right? What Melissa's saying, and I totally 100% back this up, and so does everybody in the chat. Go out and find something and just learn a little bit about it. Learn in the way that you learn. Okay, if you learn by doing, do that. If you learn by reading, do that. If you learn by watching, do that. If you learn by watching, then doing, then watching, then doing, like, some of us that fix cars, we do. What's the video say? Okay, go back now, do this. Okay, now do it again. Oh, that guy didn't do that yet. Hold on, go back and do this. Okay, you're learning. Invest your most precious asset back into yourself, your time, get that knowledge, and start going through just some of it. Any of it. Even you having conversations with anybody in this space, you're learning. That's education.
Yep.
That's you doing your homework. Is you're just trying to figure it out. Well, that's homework, man.
And spread your wings a little bit too, because what do you mean? Well, so we tend to gravitate towards certain groups, people, and we get comfortable. Okay. I want to push people to get a little uncomfortable. Get a little uncomfortable, go outside of your circle a little bit. It's important. We're creating our networks, and we're all great friends, and we're learning from each other. I tend to bounce around into different groups in different areas, and they all have value. They all know something else that I don't know. And so I think it's really healthy and good. Like I said, I'm asking about different wallets, and people are telling me wallets that I've never heard of before. And then I start looking those things up, and then I'm like, holy smokes, this is even bigger than I thought, type thing. And so, I just want to encourage you, if you have the time, which, I mean, I don't know how many of us have all kinds of time, because we have to do our work and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, never give your seed phrase away, Justin Win. Never.
Just a win for the win.
Justin Win for the win. Yeah, that's one of the things. But people that don't know what they're doing, they get scammed because they call there's a lot of scammers out there that will be like, they'll say they're customer service. As soon as I started posting something about wallets, somebody's like, you can call our customer service or message us. And they're trying to get the people that are uneasy and don't know what they're doing. They're trying to get them to reach out to them. They're going to act real nice to you. And they're going to walk you through it. And they're going to say, okay, so you should have some seed words written down. I need you to give me those so that I can help walk you through. No, hell no. Even if somebody is helping you set up a wallet, you don't show them those seed phrases. You do not give your private key away. Ever, never. And nobody legit will ever, never, ever ask you for it either.
Nope, they won't ever. Period. Tell them about Stone.
Tell them about Stone.
The code for I did a repost on X. Oh, by the way, real quick, newsflash. Simon Says Crypto. I just want everybody to know this out there in the space. I have officially become a paid member of the X.com community. So there is a blue check mark. I know. Woo! But more importantly, I just wanted to let everybody know, hey, if you see a blue check mark by my name now, that's me.
Yeah,
more than likely.
And the other thing, guys, we gotta get everybody following Simon on X. We gotta get him
I
caught
jump
up
off
to
bridges
me
sometimes, man.
At Simon Says _crypto at Simon Says. So Simon SEC _crypto is on X. So
man, I think I'm gonna put it right. It's right there.
He promises he's gonna be on X a little bit.
I'm working on it. It's a new habit that I'm going into, but sometimes I go all in and I can't do that because then burnout happens and then I don't pay attention. So just nice slow step ups. Like today, I was awake. I knew Stone was on. I put the phone down, put the buds in, and listened to the liquidity pools.
Rosemary says, I almost got taken by fake atomic wallet help once on Telegram very early on. Still scary to think about. Yes. Shay says, this is why it's so important to read. Most places
sorry about that.
Explain that there is no help, right? There is no help. The help is you not giving your seed phrase. Don't give your seed phrase to anyone when you're setting up a wallet. Now, see, if you want to call someone like Simon, you're a newbie and you're like, I really want to set up say, for example, an Exodus wallet. How do I do it? What do I do? Yep. Simon's going to walk you through it. He's going to tell you, but but when it comes down to the time where you populate your words and you're writing them down, Simon is not going to say, now tell me those words. Because that is
hold on, wait, spell it again. Spell it again.
Is that with an S? Is that with an S at the end? Yeah.
No.
But if anybody does that, that is a big fat I gotta go. See you later. Don't engage any further. Be done with these.
I got something in my eye.
Hello.
You've been very helpful. I gotta go. I gotta go. Yeah. When people in this space, the digital asset space, when they help one another, they literally will put others on notice of like, okay, before we even go down this road, there's going to be a point where you're going to get these things. I don't want to see them. I don't want you to repeat it. So here's what I'd like you to do for me is I would like you to mute your microphone and then I want you to turn off your camera. And then after you got all that down and you've done it 3 times, I want you to unmute your camera and then give me the thumbs up, and then I'll say, okay, unmute. Like, I just don't want it out there. And all I'm trying to do is help you, whoever, or anybody else, whoever, to mitigate the risk, because there's a microphone on the camera. There's a microphone right here. I'm sure there's some microphone down on my machine that I'm not acutely aware of. So it's just a process, right? That's the kind of effort you want to hear from someone that's helping anybody out in that community. They're going to run through the play, and then they'll hold your hand through the play.
Or I could say, I mean, there could also be a situation, like I said, where you're generating a wallet for practice, right? And so, of course, if like we've talked about, maybe at some point having like a community, let's set up a wallet together thing where we go step by step and
Wanna do next
help
week?
people as they go, right? I don't know. I always a long time ago when we were really hanging out with Bitcoin Ben, and we were all going to be advisors and stuff. I wanted to have this place called Bitcoin Business Bar, and I was going to have it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the painting with a twist. And I thought of having like crypto with a twist, where you could bring your own food and alcohol, and we'd be all sitting around, and I'd be teaching you how to create a wallet, and we'd all do it together, and I could walk around, not using real money or anything, just teaching someone. Because I think the biggest hurdle when you're setting up a wallet is because it's something so different than what most people have ever exposed themselves to. They're terrified that they're going to do something wrong, right? And so hey, Joe Smo's in the house. I just want to say, it's okay to be cautious. It's good to be cautious, and just know that the more that you play around with it, the more that you create it and delete it and repopulate it and move, create yourself two test wallets, and move, put a little bit of $5 or $10 or whatever. And it's going to cost you a little bit of transaction fee to move things around, but you're going to get yourself familiar with creating a wallet. And so it's not so scary anymore. Right.
I would like to speak on the $5 to $10 thing. Okay.
Yeah.
For some of you that might be a little reluctant to do that, if you even spent one day in higher education, even if it was just to go to a party, I'm telling you, it costs you more than $10 to get there. So if you've done college, you paid all that money for some books and this, that, whoop, whoop, whatever, we're talking $10. Right. Do it.
Yeah.
Learn how to throw that ball.
Painting with a twist.
Wow, the easy baller.
Shauna used to do painting with a twist. Yeah. I see. Don't you think that's a great idea, Shauna? Don't you think it'd be so fun if we had like little places where you could go to talk about crypto, learn about crypto, be able to bring in your own, wine and cheese and just sit there and I thought it'd be a fantastic idea. When my shit comes in, I might open one of those.
I'm going to bring my team and be like, oh, hello, you crypto.
Hello.
Today we're going to discuss the ledger and all of its wonderful possibilities. I love it. Yeah, that's fine.
Joe says, I don't know what y'all talk about, but I love you guys.
Joe.
Let
me get a 3 tap on the horn, baby. What's good?
I got to talk to Joe the other day on the phone.
Man, I'm jealous. I thought he was on Stone's show today. I kept listening like, is that Joe? That's not Joe. That's not Joe. Oh, man, it sounded like Joe for a hot minute.
Dang it. Stellar idea.
There was some stellar idea. Dude, let's do it. Why not?
Atkins confirmed for SEC chair. Thank you, Toasty.
Toasty on it.
Oh yes, Mr. Zom says 3 wine glasses in. Can you repeat how to transfer again? That's okay. I'll
do it.
Charge them again, and it'll be their fault because they don't remember, so they have to pay to come back.
Transferring is just like what you did with the bottle of wine. First, you had to go get the wine from the exchange or the grocery store or your local booze store. Then you had to you had to take off the good stuff, right? This is you prepping the wallet. Pop the cork. Okay, we've got our address, and now you bring them together. One address, the other, and pour. Give it a little taste for the test, and then top it off properly.
And then you leave it set for a while, and you wait for the price to rise so that you can do the old salute, the little cheers with someone else.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Look at it sideways. I saw some very fancy guy analyzing the wine.
Good evening, Darren Baxter. How are you? And Verg Son. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, yes. Awesome. Amy's in the house too. We love you guys, man. We have 191 people. Yay. Thank you guys for coming to Dip a Toe Show. We love it. Okay. So we've talked about the private key, the public key, how, kind of how the wallets work. Let's get into a little bit about the different types of wallets. So wallets come in various flavors. No, I want to say each trade-off between convenience, security, and control. So I'm talking your hot wallets, which are online software wallets. They call them hot wallets. And the reason they're hot is because they're connected to the internet. They're user-friendly, but they're more vulnerable. And that would be examples like your Trust wallet, your MetaMask wallets, desktop software like Exodus, or the web-based wallets like the Coinbase wallets. They're great if you're using them, for daily use or trading, but they're not ideal for large holding due to the hacking risks of them. You want to touch a little bit on the cold wallet, your opinion on the cold wallet, and then I just have a little hack myself when it comes to the cold wallet. But
are you talking about the Walmart special?
What are we talking about? Yeah. What about the Walmart?
Well, I'll add 2 cents to what I think you're going to do later for the Walmart special. But let's talk cold wallets.
Yeah.
Cold wallets are quite exactly the opposite of the hot wallet. They don't have the interwebs. Also power. I think that's very important to kind of highlight. There's 2 things that really make it hot. You got to have power and you got to have internet. That doesn't mean it has to be on. I know last week I gave the example of the light plugged in, right? If you have a lamp that's plugged into the wall, but the light is not on, it's still hot. There's still power to it. There's everything that it needs to for you to open up the app and access the interwebs or the blockchain rather through the interwebs. A cold wallet is quite the opposite. It's online presence, if any, because some are air gapped, like the EliPal and a few others.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't have a direct connection of what's happening. So the cold wallet basically is there is no internet and there is no power. That doesn't mean it's like that all the time, because at some point you do have to connect somehow, some way to the blockchain. Now with EliPal, you have the app and you have the cold storage device. Even the Bowlet wallet has the same thing, where you have to scan the QR code with the device in your hand to approve the transaction that you're doing. And that's really what I really, really like that for a number of different reasons. One, you got to have both in your hand. Kind of hard to fake that. Number 2, if you have to do the app and then this, you're going to sit down at your crypto desk and you're going to take a hot minute to do it. And please don't do it in the bathroom. I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I am speaking from experience. Okay. So please don't do that. Examples of some cold storage wallets on, their offline hardware wallets. We have the Ledger, Nano X, the Trezor.
Decent.
You got Decent. You also have the Tangent wallet. You have SafePal, EliPal. I'm forget. Ballet. We got the Ballet wallet. We got.
What
We
is
got. Hold on.
is a what I was gonna say, the Tangum cards. Hey Fitzy, uh are those considered cold? Joe Schmo says paper wallets good for the Stone Age. I mean, paper wallets are, I mean, they're no
I mean,
joke.
technically, this is a
Yeah.
paper wallet. It's just got a little electricity running through it. And I only say that from a conceptual mechanic place, but you're right, Stone Age. But guess what? You can't hack in the Stone Age, the rock. You can only break it. You can't hack it. So the Tangent, I personally, I don't have a lot of experience with that because it's a card. But I believe there is that segue, that check and balance for that. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I know. I think the Tangent actually has biometrics, and also the Decent has biometrics. Now, I think that's great, but I also think that that's not so great because this is just me thinking out loud. Okay, this is who I am. I'm in construction. Okay, that's the day job. Whenever it's there, there's a good chance I'm gonna lose one of limbs. There's a real good chance. So, or if I even burn it off, it's just a thing. It's knowing my industry, right? So if you're in something that's, labor intensive, even Joe Schmo, I know he'd be driving the trucks, but it doesn't take much to slam your hand in the back door when you shut your doors. That could be a thing to where now you have a scar that goes across against your, and that could be just present a challenge.
But
you have
don't they?
recovery.
But I was wondering, like,
Yeah, there's recovery.
When something is using biometrics, isn't there? You still can use a password. All I know is biometrics saved me when I first opened my first Zaman wallet because Melissa was goofing around and I was doing things on the fly. Like I'm telling you not to do, people. And I swear I wrote these words down, or it was numbers or something, and I couldn't freaking find them at all. And it was just a practice wallet. It wasn't, I didn't move any big money or anything like that on it. But when I set it up, it said, like, do you want to do biometrics? And I was like, yes. I said yes at the time. And then, of course, when I went to get into it again, I was like, where the hell's my password? Like, where's my way to get in this? And
I know what I'm doing.
I had biometrics, and so my $5 on there, I was able to move off. But it's one of those things where it's like, you should never go fast when it's stuff. And that's where I say, like, even us that we've been in this, we know what the rules are. But you get on the phone with Optimistic Prime and she's telling you she's going 50 miles a minute, and you're like trying to figure something out, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're telling me to do, and I'm doing it, and I'm blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden I look back and I'm like, well, I missed an important step, or I wrote it down somewhere else that I can't find. And so just be careful out there. Cosmic Mama Shay says, so I don't know much about cold wallets, but what would theoretically happen if a company went down? Like, what happens if Ledger Company ceased to exist? Would the wallet still be okay? Good question. I think I know the answer, but I want you to tell me.
Okay, but this is just because the answer that you know and I know is possible does not mean it reigns true across the board.
Okay.
And that's your recovery phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Your seed phrases, right? So this gets back into your keys, right? So we have the mnemonic phrase, your 12 or 24 seed phrases. Back in the day, say 4 years ago, you could put those in, but then check out the really long. I already forgot again. Dang it, Toasty! I had it just a second ago.
Hexadecimal.
The hexadecimal version, okay? And so if you have that, then you can recover the wallet anywhere. But here's kind of like where I get a little non-trusting. Okay, because I remember we had the awesome and very brilliant Patrick Ryan and Greg Pruitt on this show, the Dipito Show, right? Last year, and they both mentioned it separately in their interviews with us. And that was, they suggested this. This was the suggestion. Well, why don't you just create code and create your own wallet on this network, which you could do, right? So if we can do that, then obviously the companies have already done that. So, but since they've done that, they've created their own software and security around what's already there. So they coded their own wallet essentially. So there could be a mechanism where if their end is not up and running, then you cannot recover. Because like the XRP address is going to be different than the Ethereum address. And the recovery phrase for XRP could totally be different than the Ethereum. However, at some point, those could, in the seed phrase, become one and the same. But you know what I mean? I'm only describing all these variables. So is it very possible for you to recover your coins that way? Yes. It is a guarantee through a company if they go down. I'm just going to say no, because we don't know what their code and program securities protocols are in place to do that. We just don't. Right? Like when we think about, because it's software, it's all software. Optimistics created coins, Lady K's created coins. I know there's a few other people in here. Toasty's created some tokens too, right? Toasty's on that, right?
I don't know, but he definitely knows about. If he hasn't done it himself, he knows.
Well, so as I've learned more about the back end, it's very possible, but it's not a bona fide guarantee, because you're dealing with somebody else's code around that backup. So maybe you got the backup and you're trying to enter it differently, but they have some type of block on that we are acutely unaware of that can happen on the blockchain.
You know who I want to get on the show? And he said a while back that he would come on, is Zoj. He is a builder on the XRP ledger, and he's building a hella wallet that is free to use. And I definitely want to have him on to talk about this, because he is somebody who would be able to speak to this for sure.
So that's but yes, it can be done.
Get William on. Who's William? Who's William? Toasty. I should probably know that, but is William is Zoj?
Oh, William is Zoj. Yeah.
Okay.
Zoj.
Yeah.
Stone,
I talked to him it was a while ago, and said I would love for you to come on, and he said like that, that he would, and so yes, I would love to have William on, because I've listened. So for those of you that are watching Dipito who aren't familiar with what we've kind of went off topic here and started talking about someone specific, there's someone named Zoj that's on X. He is a very a big prominent figure in the XRP community, and he's a builder, and he is very smart when it comes to this, and he's in spaces and many different spaces. He's created the Mad Labs wallet, right? Mad Labs is the wallet he created, Stone. And I heard him talking about it the other day, and I'm like, I screenshotted and sent a note to myself and said, like, gotta have Zoj. Rosemary says, classy Zoj. William Hughes is a genius. Yeah, I mean, he's just and he's a co-host on Trench Warfare, which Trench Warfare is Spaces that's on X. So for sure, we definitely want to have someone like that on the show, because knowledge is power, people.
Even having the myth, the man, the legend, Quincy Jones on here as well, because he's building all the time on the XTC network as well. All those individuals building on the network they got to create a wallet to issue tokens. It's part of the deal.
Cyber Skrilla, all he does is talk about storage. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with Cyber Skrilla.
He was my co-host on Toast on Tech.
Oh, oh, really? Who was Zoj or Cyber Shula?
No, at Classy Zoj. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
Toasty
Zoj.
Stan. Yeah,
William.
Toasty Stan, that's co-host.
When is that
by the
coming
way.
back? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
So in
Cool.
any event, okay, so get us back on track. So there's a difference between the
hot and the cold,
the hot and the cold
the hot and the cold.
Now,
the hardware wallets, which are cold storage. But let me just backtrack this real quick. No power, no internet. Typically. Melissa, do you know anything else that we might be able to do that with?
Well, what I like to do, because I couldn't decide on the different cold storage wallets that were out there and available. And, like I said last week, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, Harry and Mary and Scary Carrie were all shouting from the rooftops that you got to get a Ledger, you got to get a Ledger Nano, you got to get a Ledger this, you got to get, get your Treasure, get, whatever, step right up, buy it, right? And they were pushing all of these cold storage wallets. And so, and I'm like, well, like what you said, in terms of like, it's still a company that's providing something. You still have to download like the firmware and all that kind of stuff. And at the time I was thinking like, well, I'm still trusting someone else that knows that this device is specifically for crypto, right? It's just like Bitcoin Ben and his crypto only laptops that they sell, right? You're buying a laptop that people know that it's specifically for crypto. So my take on it was, hey, if I wipe a phone, a device, or I buy a new phone, nobody knows I'm going to use it for crypto. I don't have a SIM card in it. I'm not using it. I haven't searched the internet with it. I haven't done any of that stuff with it. Or I have a computer that has never searched the internet. It doesn't, it's wiped. It's like straight up, and I hardwire that to the internet, and I create my wallet on there, make my transaction, and I can either A, just delete the whole wallet off the computer, or B, I can just shut her down, disconnect her from the internet, and turn off the power. And that is my window. That is my window into my wallet. If I want to, now it's a pain in the ass. But when I set these things up on these different devices, and, I made it difficult for myself to access that so that I don't have to deal with it. Right. I don't have to, like have the thing like, oh, it's going up, I'm going to cash out. It's more difficult,
Yes. No,
and
you
can have those stored somewhere else. Like not, like I don't store it in my house, for example. I store it elsewhere. So that way, no, I don't have to worry about anybody coming in here and getting it because it ain't here.
You have to go down the street, man.
And if anybody finds it, they would never know because it just looks like a phone or it just looks like a laptop, right? It doesn't, nobody.
Don't give it away. It's not saying. Is it your digital picture thing that you got on your wall? Remember Mr. Rogers back in the day had Mr. Picture? Hi, stuff
Hello.
Like that. Is that what it is? Hello. So this method that you're using, where I'd like to back up to a little bit to what you just said there in regards to you delete the wallet, download the wallet, or hard connect or hardwire connect your device to the internet, no cell, right? No SIM, right? And you've created a wallet, you wrote down your seed phrases, you triple check that, make sure it's gospel. And then you did some transactions, and then you delete the wallet or the app, or the app off your device. Yeah. And so now I'd like to I'd like to add a little bit there because somebody's like, well, why the hell would you do that? Well, one, no, it ain't on here, stupid. Okay, I'm just being a little kid, but it's not. So if you happen to lose your phone, so what? What's more important is you have the
seed phrase.
Right. So that's good for recovery. But let's just say you're like, how many do I have over there? How many do I have in there? In that wallet? I don't remember. Well, let's just put your address.
Wow. Because you know what your address is.
You in the blockchain, right? You could look up your address, say XRP scanner, for instance. You can just enter it in manually. Maybe you have it posted in your notepad or somewhere else, on your device. All you have to do is enter it right here, and voila, and it'll say right here, your balance is 7.8 million XRP.
Yeah, I wish
that was my wallet.
You looking up the whale wallet.
I'd be very scared if this
mine would be like 100.
I would be going dark. I would be like, how'd John McAfee disappear? Let's do that. Let's try that. But this is something that I actually encourage all of you to do. Write down your address, go to the blockchain for that specific coin or token, and go there and go to the address. And then you can see how much is there. Now, I'm suggesting this to you all to, one, this is a good way to verify when you've sent something and you're not seeing it just yet, because sometimes hardware, software, they do not compute. Everything can crash for a little bit, and then we come back online. And that could be a problem that can cause you some stress. So you can always go to the blockchain, enter the address, either the sending or receiving, and you can check the addresses, etc. for the transactions. We can go over that in another video or live. But you can go here and just check to see how much is in there. And now you've totally mitigated the device or your cold storage or even your paper wallet, whatever you have. You literally can just, I'm not going to access the wallet. I just want to check the address. How many do I have in there? Okay, cool. I want to send some more to that address. Do a test send, check the blockchain. You don't need to open up the wallet and give some more online presence. You don't have to do that. Nope. I do recommend that you do that at some point because syncing, updates, etc. need to happen, but table that aside. This is a very great, easy way for you to access the blockchain, but not tell everybody out in crypto land and beyond that you are using an Exodus wallet on this phone, this IP address, etc. All you're doing is going to the blockchain.
Which brings up a good point that popped in my head. And back to Connie's point, how many wallets can you have? Can you have as many wallets as you want? This would be my advice. The wallet that you're giving out to everybody to, set a trust line for this and for that and whatnot, right? Don't store your crypto in that wallet. Like, okay, you got a wallet that you're like you're gonna play with, your meme tokens, and you're gonna buy some NFTs, and you're gonna do this and that with it, or whatever. Don't have that be the same wallet that you are holding, stuff in, and also because then wherever you send it, you can kind of trace that stuff. Lady K is an old pro at tracing down transactions.
She does a blockchain.
Boop, boop, we all can do it, right? I learned that for the very first time. I didn't even realize it when you and I were in the Divi project, and we were running nodes and stuff, and they had taking us to the blockchain to actually look to look at the transaction, and I had never done it before. I didn't realize it, and and really that was one of the things that stood out to me the most about this, this crypto space, is that it's out there, man. You can see, this is no joke. This is, for everybody that talks about, it's a scam and it's for only criminals.
It's a scam.
Only criminals would be silly to use it because you can see it. So even if somebody, if people do steal it or whatever, eventually those people are going downtown. they will get caught.
downtown.
You know what? I speculate that they already are caught, and the trap is being set even more because, you know, thieves like to hang out together, right? So we'll see what happens in the future with it. All I know is that there's a lot of stuff that's happening when it comes to security and all of that, and task force being created and the whole 9 yards. And so don't be thinking for 1 second that they're not going to figure this stuff out, because they pretty much already have.
They know how
the strategic reserve from the seized assets and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying.
I'm drawing.
Marvin Davis in the house. Decent has a. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Decent has a default 6 to 8 digit PIN number if your bio thumbprint does not work. That's what I was wondering. Like, do you have a Decent?
No.
Oh
no.
Yeah.
Because the biometric thing. I just it was when it came out. I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
He said he has it. Yeah, it does. So either way, that's what I was saying. Like a lot of those things that have the biometric stuff, you can, just like your bank, like my bank, for the longest time, I didn't want to use biometrics. For whatever reason, I was sketched out by it. I'm like, they're getting my fingerprint now too, you know? And so finally I'm like, you're silly. I did it. And now it's like, it'll either want me to use my thumbprint or fingerprint or whatever it was. And it'll log me in, or I can use my passcode, you know, my password or whatever. One thing I did want to bring up to folks, and this was something that I learned the hard way, with some of these wallets, whether it's a website, a wallet, whatever it is, and there's the 2-factor authorization. Most people are really they like those external ones. What are they called? Darn it. I can't think of it. The one where you can get your you get your random passcode to put in. What is it? Name one in the chat, guys. You know what I'm talking about. You either use Google Authenticator or some of these other authenticators to do the 2-factor, right? YubiKey. Thank you, Mr. Mesky, Emsky, Mr. Emsky. YubiKey, right? But like when I first set up a Google Authenticator, well, when you first set that up, it gives you also a set of to be able to repopulate that in the event that you lose your phone. So don't overlook the important step when you're setting up a wallet. Authy. Yep, Mark Rossi uses Authy. I use Authy. I've used both of them, both the different ones. But what I didn't know when I first started using 2-factor authentication, I didn't know to write those, I don't know if it was words or numbers or what it was, the codes to be able to repopulate that on another phone in the event that you lose your phone. So if that's what is the only thing, like I think it was either Kraken for the exchange. It was either Kraken or Bithumb or one of them that I used this authenticator on, and I didn't know about that. Luckily, I still had access to my phone and it was all fine. I just once I found out, and because I didn't write that down, I decided to just completely move all of my stuff out of that one account and put it in a different account and start over. Right. So I mean,
redo.
And that's the thing is, Joanna McGrath's in the house. What does she say? Proprietary hardline computer, Linux and or Apple platform, VPN, 1 wallet for intake, 3 wallets for diversification, 4 wallet storage, or Caleb and Brown. Very good suggestions. Very good.
I would like to touch on the VPN.
Yeah.
Okay. An issue you may run into in your journey, specifically with exchanges. You might go through a situation that happened to another individual a couple of weeks ago where One exchange was leaving that jurisdiction. So they knee jerked and said, hey, I'm going to just get my stuff out of there. I'm going to go to this other exchange. Well, they had VPN. They were doing a setup. Apparently they had an account there. They went through the rigmarole I forgot my password. I forgot my username. Here's my email. But they're doing this all by VPN, and they keep going at random times. And so now their account's been flagged because it looks nefarious, right? Different IP addresses, multiple changes, and then a sizable money drop. But even then, they're like, whoa, this is getting out of control, So they didn't they put the kibosh on it for a little bit. It got resolved, but that could be a problem, and you could be in that situation where you're really wanting and or needing to utilize your digital assets, and that can be a hitch in the get along. So again, you don't ever want, in my opinion, you don't ever want to rush to be the first to dinner. You definitely want to arrive fashionably late when it comes to crypto. You're not going to miss the boat. You literally won't miss the boat. The only time you're really going to miss the boat is if you trip off the dock and go in the freaking water. Okay. I mean, I can't reiterate that enough. We all do it. The seasoned individuals, the pros, the vets, and the ones that have yet to get wet. We've all done it. We're all going to do it. So I'm telling you, I know you want to rush through to do it, but if you're feeling rushed, literally walk away. Just walk away, come back to it, because your chances for screwing something up that literally your future self is depending on you not screwing this up is paramount. So just take it nice and slow and dip that toe, and you remain in control, bro. So I've been drawing on the side here. You got something up?
There's a couple of things. Well, number one,
go ahead.
I do want to say I like this 1 wallet for intake, 3 wallet for diversification, 4 wallet storage. I think that's really good. And
you mean like this?
Also, there you go. Exchange.
PTW. Yeah, got the exchange right here.
Yeah.
Pass through wallet, PTW.
Thank you.
Pass through wallet, right?
PTW.
And then PT pass through wallet.
Pass through.
Yeah, and then I know there's a horrible. It's paint, y'all. I don't have something cool.
Cold storage wallet.
Cold storage wallet. Yeah.
What do I win?
You get to be on the show next week. How about that? Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? Some cookies when you come to Vegas.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But at any rate, I think this is a great idea, and timing is everything. I mean, I couldn't have timed that better myself with that comment you just said. This is 100% it. This is a play. Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to bring up the Rosemary says she used to worry about losing access to Google Authenticator, but they changed it and made it easier to install it on a new phone and not lose your ability to log in. And furthermore, Google Authenticator does not share anything with Google. So that is great to know, Rosemary. And I have been using the Authy, like one of the other fellas in here. So, but yeah, I'm happy to know that. And Florida Man Landscaping's in the house. These Return to Basic shows should be a standalone in addition to your normal programming, in my humble opinion. We agree with you. We think that too.
Amen to that.
She said Joanna's had the Bagby bees scared out of me. Oh, the bejeebies.
The bejeebies.
I've had the
bejeebies.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how are we doing? We got a half hour. We got 35 minutes. 225 people in the house. Welcome to Dip a Toe. Please like, share, and subscribe. It'd be super cool if we got like extra 50 people following at Dip a Toe on. That looks really good. At Dip a Toe.
Shout out to Crumble. Shout out to Crumble.
Thank you, little Crumble.
Thanks, Crumble.
One of these days, we're going to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's going to happen. That's going to happen.
And then Crumble's going to ask if they can sponsor the show, and we'll say sure.
Somebody's gonna wanna, check us out, guys. Okay, so we talked about the cold storage wallets, talked about my idea. I just really think if, for somebody particular that is, you're unsure of which cold storage wallet to buy, I will say this. There's a lot of people that really like the EliPals, the SafePals, the Decents. There's a lot of people that really stand by those. The Tangem cards in connection with with the Zaman wallet as an extra security measure. The Ballet wallet that we have as another way of securing your assets. Just don't put everything in one place. Don't put all your stuff. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And somebody did ask about the Caleb and Brown option, which is an over the counter. And a lot of people like Caleb and Brown, but they are custodying your assets. A lot of people like them because the customer service is really great, and you can sell or buy really quickly when you're trying to get onto these exchanges and you've got the internet backup of traffic, and like the old Robinhood or some of these other apps where it's like the price goes up on stuff and you're like trying to sell and you can't because everybody else and their brother's trying to sell to you. So that's a lot of reasons why people like the Caleb and Brown experience. However, you do have to consider the fact that someone else is custodying your crypto, and they're like, as of recent, with the folks in Canada, Caleb and Brown can no longer service those folks that are in Canada, and so they have to get their funds out of Caleb and Brown, which hopefully won't be forever. Hopefully this stuff will all get worked out. But just again, realize, guys, that we are the beta testers of all this stuff. We are the frontier people, like, going and searching new horizons and, learning and building and supporting each other. And so just know that when you dip and you toe, everything's might not be perfect, and so, just you need to be cautious, experience everything. Let's see, here we go. Do your own research on hardware wallets and pick the ones that match you and that you understand the most. KISS, KISS. Elaborate. KISS. Oh, keep it simple,
keep stupid. It simple, stupid.
I got it right before I saw the... KISS. Somebody needs to make a video with Prince's KISS, and it has to do with crypto, like extra time.
You know what?
In your KISS.
Hold on a second. Let's try that. Hold on a second. Let's go here, just real quick. Oh, oops, wrong one.
Thank you, Joanna McGrath.
All right, we're gonna try it. So what do you want? You want what do you want? You want a video with KISS?
Yeah, with KISS, like something.
Please, please make me a video about crypto.
Doing your own research.
Using
KISS.
The
no, it's not. It is.
Using I don't want to say that. The song KISS.
Huh?
Using the song.
Now
KISS.
we're going back to old school. Huh?
Yes. Or from the artist. From the artist. No.
Crypto pioneers, yields, man. Joanna says community is very important. Thank you, Melissa Simon. Fabulous show. We thank you.
Okay.
Oh, this is another. Well, hold on. This is another tip.
Good.
Joanna purchased a domain name, created her own personal email, and she can forward that email to whatever email account. If an email gets compromised, she controls her own emails, extra security. That is another thing. When you're setting these things up, like if you're doing a 2-factor or whatever, don't use the same things that you use for your other day-to-day life, or where you've signed up for coupons.com where they're sending you all these things. You want to have an email that's just set up for this kind of stuff, so that you'll clearly see, like, this is spam, because you're going to get spam. You're going to get fake people sending you links to stuff. Just delete it. Do not respond to it. Any kind of emails that you get talking about, your wallet's been compromised or whatever it is, just go to the official website. If there is any kind of issue, their announcement will be on their official website. No one is going to reach out to you and say your wallet's been compromised, because they cannot help you. Like any of these wallet companies, it cannot help you. Now, if you have your money in Coinbase or something, there's a tag issue or whatever, they might be able to help you at some point. But like having an Exodus wallet or a Trust wallet or these, cold storage wallets, no one's going to be able to help you with that. You can't call customer service and get assistance. It just doesn't work that way. What you got for me? You got an extra kiss? Huh?
I'm working on it. So, what aspect of what specific aspect of cryptocurrencies would you like the video to focus on? EE general introduction, specific coins, blockchain technology.
Research wallets.
I said focus on using cold storage wallets. Aspect ratio. What do you want? You want the long or the short?
Short.
Okay.
Never open the email. Proton 16. Is free, and it's a good idea to have crypto only email, like Melissa says. Thank you. Shauna Wynn says phishing scams are everywhere. Know the trusted sources and their official help channels. That's the other thing. If you are interested in buying any of these cold storage wallets, only buy them from the official site. Don't buy them from Amazon, eBay. Your brother down the street got you one for Christmas. None of that. Don't even. Like, I'm just saying, like, I mean,
my brother down the street, he got it from a guy at the 7-Eleven. He was right there in the parking lot. I got 2 for 1.
I'm telling you, like, I'm a trusting person, but I don't want you buying me that for Christmas, okay? Like, I won't use it. You'll be wasting your money because I won't trust you. I got free ones, like when I went to the Bitcoin conference. There was, what was it called? I still have it. The Arculus wallet. A couple of years ago at the Bitcoin 2022 conference, I think it was, they were giving Arculus wallets out for free to everybody as part of the gift pack, for getting. Mm-hmm. And they were super cool, a super cool concept and everything. But I was like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, because I don't know. They're giving me for free, so I'm just not. I feel like it was a waste.
Here. You do it.
Huh? I mean,
you're like, here, you do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want it. Almost.
Let's see. Yeah. Going stir crazy. Welcome, stir crazy. Going straight to the source is probably the best advice.
Always go to the manufacturer.
Yep.
It's a little funky. Can I get the sound?
Oh, yeah. Don't forget, hey, Optimistic Prime. Don't forget, if you post on the company's X wall, whoever writes you or responds is also trying to scam you. 100%. Like, I mean, I'm hoping now we have 252 people watching Dip It
Loving
Show
all
right
of you.
now.
Wow.
Like, Terrence has got
You got 190. You got 193. 193.
what?
You.
I got 251. Huh?
No. You have 193.
Oh, 193. Cause my
Mm.
friends are watching me. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed already. Even if you are somebody that's like in the crypto scene already, or just even you're just on Twitter or whatever, X. There are so many people that just pop out of nowhere that are like, they're like just shilling, right? They're like trying to jam their project thing down your throat or whatever, or trying to ask, like, say, oh, my friend so and so can help you with this or whatever. I hope that we are far enough in the digital age where it comes to scams via phone, text, emails. We've all been getting them, non-crypto related, for years and years now. I hope that we're all smart enough to just avoid those at all costs. Like, somebody text my phone the other day and said, do you remember who I am? I'm like, no,
ain't nobody remember who you are.
I don't know, and I'm not responding to this text message. And I just like blocked and removed, because I figured this. First of all, if you're gonna be texting me, don't play games, right? Like, do you remember who I am? No, I guess I don't remember who you are, and I'm not gonna respond to any foolishness like that. So
yeah, almost.
The days of prank calls where, remember, like, I'm old enough to remember, where like, your refrigerator's running, you better go catch it.
You know what's funny? We are going to see 2.0 of that right there. We are. And I do apologize in advance to any and all that are listening right here, right now, because I've already planted the seed about doing this to some of my inner circle with AI. Because there's the AI that the voice is legit, super legit. And we were talking about getting this for some of the businesses that we're trying to do, to where it can at least answer the questions for someone that might be brand new to something else that I'm getting into, which I'm not going to talk about here. I would be more than happy to, but this isn't the time or place. But I suggested, I said, hey, we can type in whatever we want, right? For it to say and how to respond to somebody. Yeah. It's like, oh, he's like, yeah, we could totally do that. And I said, oh, can we have it call so-and-so's girlfriend and and have be a lady's voice, and just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking for the hot sexy thing, because we know the individual, so we could describe all these things. And he's like, dude, we can't do this. I'm like, you're right, that would not be good on our souls, but I know somebody's going to do it. We're going to see the next TikTok wave of that happening.
Oh my God.
The mama basement boys are going to come out the woodwork, be like, oh, dude, I totally called this on my neighbor. I called into the police station. I routed the internet around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to take the scammers profile. They're going to take what scammers do, and they're going to turn it into practical jokes. That's exactly what they're going to do. I can already see it.
You got Mr. Rossi eating a whole bag of Cadbury mini eggs because you were eating them cookies. Mark, I love freaking Cadbury mini eggs, and I have to tell you, so far I'm proud of myself. I have not eaten not one. And I love them so much, and don't even let me get near the mini ones, because the big ones are harder for me to eat. It takes a while. Like, I'm one of those people that can like eat half of a Cadbury egg and then I'll like save the rest for later. But if I had
my missus will not. That will not be a thing.
The little baby ones, I'd be like,
oh yeah, the baby ones.
I bought some Rolos the other day, because I usually, like, with a candy bar.
Rolos.
I'm not a chocolate person, like, or a candy person or whatever. Like, I can eat a small amount and be satisfied. But Rolos, dude, I was like, oh, I can have this Rolo. I'll have it for several weeks, right? Because I'll just eat like one, whatever. No, not with Rolos. I was like, I ate one, and then I ate two, and then I ate three, and I was like, son of a bitch, I ate half the roll of Rolos in one setting. Anyway, off topic.
No, this is good, because what we're talking about here is emotional, right? And addictive personality, right? You're like,
Mr. Man is here.
This is good. What's good, Mr. Man? What's happening, my brother from another mother?
You. I miss you so much. We have to have to have a conversation. I'm
swinging through. Hey, I'm swinging through Mr. Man's town hall this Friday. I'm going to be presenting some good things over there for the Mr. Man community. Yeah.
Aww.
On this is really good. And who was it? Rossi?
Yeah,
Mr. Rossi?
Mark Rossi.
Mark, I'm sorry, but today was a I'm eating my feelings kind of day. That's why I have this. And I know what it is. I was not happy. I was in a bad space. I went for a drive, tried to center myself. I knew I was driving to Crumble, but I parked in the Best Buy parking lot across the street so I could have time just to think it through and whatever. And then I looked at the clock and I was like, well, it wasn't like right then. I looked at the clock. Oh, I got to go. It was like, damn it, just get him. Fine. So I caved on myself. It was emotional. So my apologies, but I'm eating my feelings right now today. Tomorrow, I'm back on the carnivore doing the big things for me.
Do your thing, chicken wing.
No chicken wings, just chocolate.
Just chocolate. Mr. Man says there's so many scams right now. Be mindful, people. Digital ID comes into reality May 7th, 2025 in the U.S. If you're not following Mr. Man, you should be. This man, and like if you're part of his Patreon that he had, like you want to talk about information. Mr. Man, it's no play. Like I've subscribed to different Patreons over the years. People say like, oh, you're going to get this and you're going to get that, whatever. Right. Mr. Man brings it. Like there's so much information for
$10. It's crazy. $10.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if you aren't following him, it just even following his channel is like you're gonna learn so much. But yeah, and not to mention that he is a fantastic human being and one of my favorites. So let's see. Oh,
can I address this real quick? Oh, damn it.
Is that what you wanted?
No, man. No, that's okay. Go ahead. I did want the comment, but not that one. But you go right ahead.
Mr. Sam loves slamming the phone when I had to get rid of negative energy. Yeah,
now,
right?
We can't. Bro, you must have an inside. You must have an inside homie that's got you on like the monthly subscription plan of just get a new phone, get it. Wham.
You know what I miss, Mr. Sam? I miss being on the phone and like twisting the cord.
The cord.
While I'm talking, or like rolling up in it, like, walking around the house with the 25-foot cord so that I could go in my bedroom and the bathroom and the kitchen. And that's what I miss. Those were the days. Or the party lines.
We had, the three-ways. Yep.
Oh,
we used to
random people you just call the party line.
So going back to Hardline Old Tech, we had a 25-foot cord, from the receiver to the phone, right? That didn't include the cord from the wall to the back of the phone. But man, I got that cord out to about 35 feet over time, just stretching it.
I know.
Right? I wanted to, since we're talking about emotions, feeling, negativity, I saw Mark asked, you're on the carnivore. I ate my first meal of the day, but I'm now good after that. Okay, so Mark, here's the play with that, and I think you're right on track for doing it. One meal at a time. Just focus on one meal. Give your body time to adjust. And it's really not your body, it's your mind. It really is your mind. That's what I noticed for me. And then I started then I would switch out, go to 2 meals. And it was whatever meal I felt I would have the best chance of success at, which was lunch, right? For me, it was breakfast. If I knock down breakfast, then I'll move to lunch. Okay. Um, and so that worked for me. And then eventually I got to dinner, but I integrated. And what I was able to discover in this carnivore lunch for 2 days, and then I would default and go back, right? What I noticed is I could tell when my body was not liking the stuff that I was putting into it, like the next day. Like I would always read in my food stuff, or for my food journey, right? My rabbit holes, my research. Potatoes can cause inflammation, onions can cause inflammation, and these other things. Some they'll make you stiff and whatever, right? So I did a carnivore. I was on carnivore. I had 2 meals replaced, and I really wasn't doing fast food. And I was really trying to not to do the veggies and the rice or flour. Like, it was a tug of war game of what I was going to do. But I got my portions down on how much of that stuff I would consume with my last meal of the day. Well, one day, me and the wife were out running errands. I was hungry. I was really hungry, and I have other symptoms that come along with me just being hungry. So I was kind of in an emergency situation. So we stopped at Chick-fil-A. By the way, not a bad stop. Just saying. So we got some nuggets and fries, right? And I wasn't going to do the fry sauce, because of high fructose corn syrup, other things in there, right? I was like, nah, no soda, just water. And so I had some fries, and boy, were they good. The next day, I woke up, was going to just do my normal day. And man, I woke up and I sat on the edge of the bed and I was like, ow, I'm sore.
You aching.
And I couldn't figure it out. Did my day, came home, and I was still just really sore. And the wife says, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm sore." She goes, "Where you been working on?" I'm like, "No, you're being too nice to me. I didn't do anything for the past couple of days. I literally sat on my butt, like no effort. And then I was trying to run through the gamut, and then I was like, "Oh, the French fries did it. Oh my gosh." So then I did another 2 weeks, and of course, I had the glutton for punishment. I tried again just to see. I had half the fries, no nuggets, just to see what would happen, and voila, it did happen. So keep going on your carnivore thing, man. It's a slow process, one meal at a time, and you'll get there. Now, to the second carnivore question, I know we're going off topic here. This one by Shauna, strictly carnivore, animal based. Okay, so I did carnivore for me, as in I started just with I started with meat, but I figured out that the beef was better for me. But I also did a lot of animal fat. That actually didn't come into play till later, but that was my body's experience. One day I got some ribeyes for the week for lunch. That's what I was having. And I had chilled it in the fridge. I'd cooked it and left it in the fridge, and then took it to lunch the next day. Ate it at lunch, and it was like the last couple hours of work. And I had some big fat chunks on there, but I could eat them because they weren't all like, kind of like a loogie the second time. They weren't like that. Real gelatin, it was nice and firm, but still chewable, very chewable. And so I found that I could eat the fat better that way, as opposed to, fresh off the grill. So anyway, so I ate that, and then like about an hour after lunch, dude, you think I slammed a quad shot, white chocolate mocha from Starbucks or something, because I was just, woo! I could feel the energy, man. I was doing my work, and I couldn't figure out. I'm like, why am I all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now? I don't know what it is. But all right, yeah. Woo, this carnival thing. Who wants some? You want some? Let's go. Yeah, I was all full energy, right? And I couldn't figure it out. And I'm driving home, and I'm still I got my happy feet on, no reason. I'm just positively vibing. And I was like, what I have? The fat. It was the fat. No, let's try it again. Tomorrow we'll do the same thing, see if the same thing happens. And sure, stikes, it did. Ate the fat, Within an hour later, I had a rush, and it was great because I got the rush like I would from caffeine or sugar. But guess what I didn't have? The crash.
You didn't have the crash.
No crash. Slept great. Didn't wake up all stiff as a board. I woke up good, but this was over time. So I primarily, when I'm doing my carnivore, if it comes from a face, I'll eat it. But I really try not to do the milk thing. I'll do heavy cream, but that's in a breakfast like casserole thing that I make. That's eggs, bacon, sausage, cheese, and heavy cream and butter. So I'm getting a lot of fat there. But I have just one with sour cream on top. Boom, it's good to go.
Italian, Irish, and Dutch parents, so carbs are my problem. Just so used to eating them. I totally feel you.
I get it. It's a struggle, but I had a little extra motivation because when I have carbs, I mean, like this cookie right here, I'm gonna have to like watch myself for probably the next 24 hours just because the carbs.
You're not used to having the sugar either.
Well, it's not just the sugar. My real problem through my journey here, which has been great. I dipped my toe into the carnivore, but I found out that my symptoms that I would have that prevented me from working time and time again. One of the things I figured out was, high fructose corn syrup versus sugar. My body could process the sugar a little bit better. I would still have symptoms, but not like if I had the high fructose corn syrup. So fast forward, I'm on the carnivore, but I decided to have a chip. One tortilla corn chip. It was really good, by the way. I was like, oh man, I missed this. And then like 5 minutes later, I started just like not like wobbling like I am here, but like I started feeling my symptoms. And I was like, what in the hell? What happened? And then, of course, it dawned on me. I had one corn chip. And I was like, wow, that's a thing. And then I started looking back at all the other stuff that I've eaten over time. I went to like the grocery store with the wife one day. We were just running some errands. I was getting some meat, of course. But we went down the aisles that we used to go down. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just want to look at some stuff. And so I looked, cornstarch. Went to the next thing. Corn syrup. Went to the next thing, modified corn, something or other. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's the corn.
Everything.
I mean, plus the other thing. Yeah, I'm like, but it's the corn. It's the corn. It's the corn. And that was a bummer for me because one of the things, the snacks that I used to get off my, to get off my snacks like this, was popcorn, butter, Redmond salt. It was like my happy medium, right? That was, I love popcorn. I'm a popcorn fan. I got all the different ways to make the popcorn good in my house. But now I don't have it because my body responds to it negatively.
My body does not like it.
It's when when you really sit there and look at it, it's like, I have my own personal truth and journey with the carnivore protocol. Am I going all in with the Lions diet and all this and that and diving headfirst into the cult? No, I'm doing what works for me and then progressing from there, right? I'm doing what I've done in crypto. I got some, I'm learning. Some days I'm not, I'm doing real life, I'm doing other things. And then I come back to it and I get better. Then I go away and then I come back to it, getting even more better, etc. So the carnivore for me has always been like that. But last year, all you folks that saw me in Vegas, that was probably the best that I have looked in the midsection in probably like 4, 5 years, even more. It was just, I didn't have the bloated, feeling. I could sit down and not have my belt choke me out of my tummy. Not that it's that bad. I'm a little toothpick, so it doesn't take much for me to have a little bit a front speed bump. It really doesn't. But when you get rid of these things that you start noticing, like the bread and the veggies were causing me inflammation, and it worked for me. And then of course, what I do, same thing I did with crypto to my wife. Honey, you gotta try this. Oh my God. Jesus himself said this is the path to righteousness, And she's like, well, let me do my research. I'm like, what? You don't have to read the Bible. Come on, just do it. I promise. It's good. So anyway, so she did. Go ahead.
I'm like, maybe
am I going off track? I'm totally going off track.
I'm
like,
I'm
so
you
sorry.
taking this completely off the rails.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, maybe we should have a crypto and carnivore mini.
We can do it. Yeah, we're let's do it. I'm sorry. Let's bring it back around. I'll tell you about the research that my wife did on another show. I'm sorry. Keep it carnivore.
No, and
let's go.
I do think it's a fantastic topic, and one, like you say, like you're learning, you're teaching yourself about your body, what it likes, what it doesn't like, what it responds. When you start to detoxify yourself from the foods that aren't so good for you, it only takes a little bit of it for then your body to really respond to it, for you to go, oh, this is not, like you said, you ate a chip and it instantly gave you a stomach ache, where, if you're like eating something every day,
you're gonna notice it.
Then you eat it. Like I did the Atkins diet back in the day. And I remember like getting rid of all of that stuff, all of the sugar, all of the carbs, all of that kind of stuff. And I would go, I went to McDonald's with my kids there was a party or something like that. And I was sitting there and the kids had French fries and I hadn't had a fry in forever. Right.
Ooh.
And I was like, I'm just going to eat one. It's not going to kill me. Right. To eat it. I ate a fry and I, for the first time ever, I realized what a film of grease and oil they put in your mouth.
Yeah.
But when you're eating that kind of stuff all the time, you don't even notice it at all. Like it just, so that really opened my eyes. So I can imagine, starting something like that. But these are things where you're taking responsibility for yourself. So it's just like crypto. You're learning about these things and you're experimenting with them and you're doing what's right for you, what makes you feel good, and the same thing with the crypto when it comes to these wallets, right? Not every wallet is gonna vibe with everybody. Some are easier, self-explanatory. Some of you watching, you might be, just wanting Bitcoin or just wanting Ethereum or just wanting XRP or Solana or XPR. We're going to have a show on XPR and Metallicus coming up soon. On the actually, this is a surprise for you, Simon. I got it booked. I got the show booked.
Nice. That's good things. I like that. Another thing to consider is, when we're talking about wallets, we're talking about wallets. Your wallet might not compute with whatever device you're trying to use. It's a whole nother thing that can be a problem. So going back to what Melissa, some of y'all out there might feel like Melissa pushes hard on this, but there's very much merit to why she does this and says this, and that is do your own research. My friends, that is doing your own research. You need to see if your phone or your PC or your Mac or what version of the Mac you have, or what, the LG, whatever, the Samsung, whatchamadarnits, the Motorola P4 Type 2, the Nokia, been missing forever, 500, whatever device you're using, you're going to have to make sure it's compatible, or at least do all that research that you can to see if it is. Most wallets will at least tell you, can you download for Android? Here's the iOS, here's this. But again, you're not going to know unless you go out there and look. So go out there and look, do your own research.
If you are researching these different wallets, they'll tell you what assets they hold, what assets they're compatible with, because like I will say this, they're getting better in holding more and more, so back in the day, it used to be really difficult to find, wallets that held certain assets. And so you'd have to, leave them on an exchange or only this one wallet type thing. And Mr. Zam, we're gonna talk about XPR and Metallicus, the metal blockchain. That is going to be on the, what do I got? It's going to be, wow. This is one of the things I was going to tell you because I just arranged it yesterday or last night.
Well, tell me, sister.
Don't
hold out.
Don't hold out. Well, it just because it just happened. The 30th. So the last week, the last Wednesday in April.
The last hump day of April.
On the 23rd, we're doing the Faces of Crypto, another Faces of Crypto. So next week we have open. We don't have anything specific for next week yet.
We can continue this.
Well, we can. I mean, because obviously, we ran.
I carnivored us
out. You carnivored it up. But that's okay. Like I think we're good. We can talk a little bit more, and it seems like it's like overkill to talk about it. And I've watched some videos where people talk about the wallet thing. They go through it really super fast. And, and then you're just supposed to be good with it. And I feel like there just needs to be more discussion when it comes to these types of things, because it's a big deal. And when you're new, first of all, if you're only watching 10, 20, 15-minute videos to enter into crypto, you kind of need more than that, right? You need more than just those little zippers to spark you into buying a Ledger Nano or whatever, right? Find yourself a community. If this one resonates with you, we'd love to have you and come be part of our family and hang out with us on Wednesday nights. Start dropping some ideas of things that you want to talk about, things that you have questions about. If we don't know the answers, we darn sure know people that do. So we can get those topics addressed for you. But it's really important that if you are interested in getting into crypto, doing your own research, and the wallet is like a really, really, really important part of the whole, be your own bank type mentality. Or even if you eventually down the line, you don't want to be your own bank, no big whoop, but at least teach yourself and understand how this works, right? Also, yes. With a new topic like crypto, what is it, Simon?
Also, with a new topic like crypto, you learn by repetition. That's that throwing the ball in the backyard I'm always talking about. And you need friends who you trust to talk it over with and talk it over with and do your studying and research. And this is true. Now, I know for a fact that this happens to people. We can get information overload, so practice by doing, but maybe just pick one area. How about, here's a great question. Where do I get the crypto? Wonderful question. Well, why don't you go find out some places that say you can get it, and then ask yourself, are they trustworthy? Well, I don't know. You don't know them. Well, how secure are they? Again, you don't know that either. These are just good things to go and do. And if that's not your cup of tea, I get it. I really do get it. But I definitely encourage you to push harder, because when you're in the asset game, when you're getting any type of assets, you've gone from the "Here, Daddy, hold my money, thank you." Yeah, right. You don't do that no more. You're like, "Dad, give me that. That's my money. Get your hands off." That's the line that you've crossed. And because you've crossed that line, you're the only one that can protect what you have. And your biggest enemy, your biggest threat, it's not me, but it's you. Yeah, right? Now look in the mirror. You're the only one that can make this be epic, epically awesome, or an epic nightmare. Per se, your version. I'm not trying to scare. I'm just trying to share. So again, if you're brand new, You know, I'm not trying to scare, just trying to share. I'm just trying to share some info here. And it ain't for sissies, you know. So where can you get crypto in exchange? Well, what's how do you send crypto? Great questions. I do ask questions.
Says, yeah, nobody answers me. Who did you ask questions in here we didn't answer? We're sorry. Hey, Marvin Davis, I want to know if you're available on the 23rd. For the
Marvin Davis, you better say yes. Huh? You better say yes. You better say yes, Marvin.
Reach out, Marvin and Davis. Yeah, what
you know what? I'll call you. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call Marvin right now. Here's my phone. I'm gonna call Marvin right now and say, hey, you coming on the show, right?
Sing for Jesus says this incredible show, the incredible group of people involved. Yeah. So you know what, like what Simon was saying, in Rosemary and everybody, getting your network of people that you trust, that you can ask questions and bounce questions off of each other, because there is an element of trust here, right? Like, and so I understand for someone that's new coming into the space, it's like everybody acts like, they know each other. You don't want to get yourself in there and ask questions. We want you to feel comfortable to ask questions, right? And you just have to know that, like, you at some point you're going to have to trust someone. But the good news is, like with shows like this, where you're seeing the same people coming, you're seeing the same where they're coming on the show. Yeah. See Marvin Davis, I'll reach out for sure. You're seeing the people, we bring them on the show, right? Some of the people, like just your regular people that you're seeing in the chat. That's the whole premise of the show. Because we're all like, they're people like you, like me, like Simon, like Sing for Jesus. We're just regular people all learning together. And that is more comfortable than seeing somebody that's on, a show that you don't know that's trying to sell you something, right? We're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to help you and provide you with a place to get some questions answered. And Susan Roblin, if you ask your questions, if we're not answering them in the chat, if we're missing them, you can always reach out to dipatoshow@gmail.com and email it to us. Or you can reach out to either Simon or I on X. Or you can post a comment underneath actually, it'd be really helpful if some of you guys would post comments under our video, because I think that helps too.
Ballet is the one I'm sending you.
Oh.
Ballet.
Ballet. Yep. The Ballet wallet is one, and it's a really cool wallet. It's a really cool wallet. Yeah. The only stupid question is the one not asked. I can vouch for these folks, these hosts, and the guests they choose. It's why we share Dip a Toe. Let's talk crypto with the FML family. We appreciate you. You guys are really awesome. You're
wax
so awesome.
On, baby. Wax on.
Wax on. Wax on.
Wax on. What day for Marvin Davis and the rest of the panel? You said the 23rd. Is that correct?
Yeah, 23rd. 23rd is Faces of Crypto.
Sweet.
I'll need your most recent headshot. If I think we're following each other on X, because I'll send the link there. But okay. I need the headshot. Cosmic Mama Shay, what I love most about this community is the ones with tons of knowledge that don't dip out and they stick around to share, even the whales. Yes, that's the thing, guys. So, and this is the cool thing about the Dip a Toe family and the Stone with Coffee and Crypto with Stone in the morning, and Mr. Zam and Steak and Bake, the Florida Man Landscaping, all these people, they have their groups, they have their own lives and stuff, they have their own shows that they do or their spaces that they do or whatever, and they come here to Dip a Toe. to share, and we go there. And why do we do that? Because we're helping each other, we're lifting each other up, and we're learning from each other. Like, some things I don't know, and I might know something that nobody else knows, or I might know something, I might have a different perspective on something that everybody knows.
What?
Rob Nichols, we love you. I cannot. We're supposed to be hanging out. Like, I watched your show the other day, Rob. I love it. I love the music that you're playing. Rob Nichols has got, was it Uncle Rob? He's got a show on X that he has. He just streams videos, and he talks about the music culture and stuff. In part of the IMU TV with Nile and the IMU protectors or IMU collectibles.
Love them boys.
Not to mention the fact that Dipper Toe is on IMU TV in 23 countries around the world. So just saying. Pretty smooth, pretty sweet. Value gain Devery Wednesday night. Oh, we love you, Mr. Zam. I mean, I cannot wait till XRP Las Vegas. Like, I am so excited. I don't even know when it comes time. Like, there's going to be so many people there that it's going to be overwhelming to just even be able to. I'm going to be like hugging and talking, and like, it's going to be crazy.
You get you. So, I have an announcement.
Oh,
I got the wife confirmed.
Yes, I got Ryan confirmed.
And so we're not gonna we ain't gonna fly. We're driving.
Ryan wants to drive too, but
does Ryan have a Yasui?
I don't know what a Yasui is.
A Yasui is what I named my 2006 Scion XB. You know, the toasty looking thing, right?
No, we don't have a Yasui.
It's 33 miles to the gallon.
Yeah,
you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere on the budget. I named it Yasui because that's the Japanese word for cheap.
Well, it will involve me taking off more vacation days.
So what? You don't like it there?
I love my job.
No, you love your paycheck. You love your paycheck.
Except for I would blow your socks off last week if somebody would hire me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, actually, Melissa, you know what? I think, man, you're right there. I know it. Like, Alan and I called it last year. We called it last year. Look where we're at right now. Okay, just look what you've built. You've had a lot of people support you, but this is your baby. This is your thing, your dream, and I'm so honored to be here with you. I really am. I cannot express that enough. Alan and I saw what you have, and this is an exact representation of what we saw 1 year later, literally, and more. And so you go to Vegas this year, man, I got a feeling that you're going to make the connection that's going to help elevate you out of your current situation and into greener pastures that will enable you to take this to the next level. Now, if you ask me how I know this, it's because it's already happening with me. It's kind of hard right now, but that's okay. What's coming is literally opportunities that are going to provide me with more than enough resources the opportunities to achieve resources while I get to stay flexible. And those resources, I'll be able just to take care of stuff for a few months on end. And man, that's going to be a game changer for me. I'm going to come back full circle. So, I know it's going to happen to you because you and me were meant to be right here on the UB2B, talking all this, man. Like, our vibe here, everybody's right. Like, no, you guys just work. Even when you're on opposing sides, you still work. You're still coming to the middle and be like, I love you. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, so I know it's happening to me. I know it's happening to you. It's just coming. It's just coming. And I think Vegas is going to be the place where the connection happens. And I mean, I can already see it. So a year from now, I'm gonna come on the show and I'm gonna say, "Oh, I told you so. I told you so. Oh, I told you so." And it's gonna be on video right here. We can even play the roll the clip. Yeah, I can't wait to do that.
I just want to say thank you. You know, I'm like, I'm thankful that you're my partner in crime here. Not crime, really. I'm just saying.
I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Everything we're doing is legal.
No, I am thankful that you're my host, and I love you like my brother. Somebody asked me if we were married. They were like, "Are Simon and Melissa married?" I'm like, "No, we're not married." But I didn't realize when I made our picture, I was just trying to put two pictures together, you know, and they're like, "Well, it kind of looks like you're a couple," and I'm like, "Oh,
no,
Jesus,
no.
We're not married.
I've got my own. Yep, I got my own angel.
We are.
She's in the chat playing around.
Wonderful friends, and we both have wonderful spouses. So,
yes.
One thing that I did want to mention, what popped in my head, what I thought was really cool, because I'm listening to all these different things where, you know, because I say we're the early adopters and all that kind of stuff, right? I think it'd be cool to have a show, you know, every once in a while where we have people come on, like we're doing the Faces of Crypto, but I think it'd be fun to have people come on and just say something to their future self, like just to document that they were freaking here. Like, I would love to give everybody in the chat the opportunity to just have say like, "Hey, remember, girlfriend, when you was reading crypto stuff, you was talking, you didn't know what you was doing, and whatever," and just talk about it and talk to your future self so that it's documented forevermore, that when your grandkids and your grandkids, they can go, "My grandpa, he was an early adopter of crypto," right? He knew what was up. That's why I got money today, because my family members were the smart ones that were figuring this shit out when everybody else, they were the salmon swimming the wrong way in the stream when everybody else was like, "It's a scam, it's all bad." We were the ones that were like, "Oh, we will get up over that hump." Huh?
That's right. Northern living in the house. What's good? He's torching the grass. What kind of grass you talking about, brother? What you talking about?
Homework, then
talk about the weeds.
That's a good idea. Optimistic Prime says homework, then put the videos together. Yeah, that's a great idea. We could have people submit them, and then we could just do one big one. Or for the people that don't want to do it themselves, they could just come on the show. My Prime Canadian family. I think it'd be great fun, and just to forever document that, every single person, 286 people watching right now across all platforms, every single one of you guys should be so proud of yourself that you're even watching the Dip a Toe show, because we're a small channel. No one knows who the hell I am. No one knows. We don't know. They don't know Simon. They don't know Dip a Toe.
People that tell you different.
But we got 286 people that came across this show, and we got a bunch of people that come week after week, and we should be absolutely proud of ourselves for sticking to our guns and learning about this stuff. I mean, it's no joke, and we don't even talk about the world changes as much on this show, but the transformation that's happening in the world right now, for us to see this go down and be a part of it is historical. Like, we literally are pioneers. It sounds so like, oh, whatever, you're pioneer. No, we literally are. Like, we literally are.
I want everybody to put a 1 in the chat if you've been into crypto for at least a year. And then I'd like for y'all to put a 2 in the chat if you've been even messing with, at any level, AI. Just go ahead. I'll wait. Most of you are on the X, so that's not going to work. Let's see here. All 27 of you over on the YouTube channel. There's look, Susan Robinson, number 1 right there. Boom. 1, 2. Yep. 1, 2. Yep. Here they come. Here they come.
Florida man living.
This is just a testament for everybody in that chat over on YouTube. Everybody's doing it. That what Melissa's correct. We're pioneers, right? We're the proof of concept, and we're proof of work in real time. We are the great experiments of our age.
We are the beta testers.
We the beta tester. I'm a master beta tester. Megan T says 1, but still a huge newbie, and 2, also still a huge newbie.
I love it though. I love it.
No, I mean we're there. I mean, I'm learning some things from the youngsters that are taking full advantage of AI. And I'm like, man, what a time to be in your mama's basement per se. You know what I mean? Like you literally have all the technology to literally leapfrog everything that your parents have done, that your grandparents have done in the traditional sense. And they're just leapfrogging. They're totally leveraging technology, in the business sense. And some, they might be in the crypto, they might not. There's others that are, pardon the term, balls. They are neck deep in the crypto. And now these two individuals, AI and crypto individuals, are talking to each other. It's literally the future here on out. No questions asked, man. Leverage the tech. Leverage it.
Leverage the chat.
Leverage. Pioneers had to leverage.
We're so fortunate to be giving this our attention, and it's super exciting to me. And
it is
new version of AI in 1 hour. Yeah, I love it. I was gonna say, I think we should.
Yeah, you want to cancel the show? I mean, not cancel. You want to cancel the show? Let's just cancel it.
I mean, we could just keep talking and talking, but I think we should wrap it up, and maybe next week we should just continue on So then it's a 3 series, back to basics 3, and then we can
wallets.
Yeah, we're still talking. I mean,
So next week we'll do it again. We'll start off with we'll do maybe a little recap, hot, cold, online cold storage, just real quick, and then jump into the custodial and non-custodial wallets. And
I would
really kind of go.
Yeah, I would like to get Zojan. Maybe we could ask.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We can.
I'll see if he could come on. It's really short notice, and I know he's super duper busy, so he might not be able to do it, but he'd be a great person to come on. And like I said, he's super smart. I mean, there's lots of super smart people that know about wallets and stuff, but he actually builds them. So that's why I thought, he could maybe answer some of those more technical questions that people have when it comes to wallets. But if not, we'll always have him on whenever he's available to do that. Oh, I love you too, Sing for Jesus. You're so nice. Mr. Zan said we have a strong syllabus. Huh? we went all over the place. We're gonna have a crypto and carnivore series on the.
Oh my gosh!
That's why I named it Dip a Toe, because we can do a dip a toe on anything.
We can do a dip a toe on anything. I know. I remember when you told me that. When you told me that, you're like, "We think about dip a toe." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. That can go into anything. Your toe can go into any tiny little thing it wants to." Yeah, no, it's fire. I love this. I love this community. I love everybody that's watching us, wherever you're watching us. I really, really do. It's been very gratifying, very humbling. But what you have, these are my final thoughts for the night. Okay. What you have all helped me to do, and some of you aren't even watching this that have helped me, is recognize my strengths within. Things that I do all the time, that I just do all the time because I do them. You don't notice your skill set. Usually takes a village to identify your strengths. And because you all have been here every night in your own time when you can show up and be a part of this chat and be a part of the crypto space community. You've actually helped me realize, I'm good at that because I've spotted the same thing in you guys out there, in different parts of you, like optimistic pride, knowing what I know about her situation that she shared with us, but she shows her that she does not bend the knee. She is going to do it because she wants to. She sees this value, and she's trying to bring this to another community that she's a part of. Mr. Zam, Susan Robbins, Northern Living, Cosmic Mama, awesome Amy, Shauna Wynn, Mark, Megan T, Marvin, Lisa. You all bring this community in this channel little different perspectives. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you guys even think for 1 second that I am strong, I'm going to say you are right, because you all helped to make me this strong. So you guys made me what I am today, right here, right now. And you guys have my deepest gratitude and appreciation for it. So thank you.
Oh, so nice, Simon. I'm just going to echo that in the fact that, in our everyday lives, right? People label you, they put you in a box. I always say, like, I don't want to be put in a box, right? People have their ideals of what we are, who we are, right? They tell us who they are. They make us who they want us to be in their mind, right? Through their labels and whatnot. The cool thing about this environment that we're in with the cryptocurrency space is that, you can learn. Like you say, you can be strong. You can be an expert on something because you're putting the time, you're putting the work down. All those people that are at your workplace that, think they're better than you, or the people that laugh at you because, whatever reason, right? Just know that their opinion doesn't mean anything. You have the power, and you're taking it, and you're learning, and you're educating yourself, and then you're teaching others. That's fire. That's fire, right? So I'm just proud of everybody. I love everybody. I can't wait to meet everybody. If you're not going to XRP Las Vegas, we'll have to have another
watch the
meetup.
Roku.
We're gonna
watch the Roku, bro. Be a part of history and say,
I
watched that. Oh my God.
We're gonna try to stream as much of it as possible. It's gonna be crazy fun. We're gonna try and we don't want anybody to feel bad about not being able to go, but we hope that we can make it so that you feel kind of like you're there. With us, just like you do when you come here on Wednesday nights, because I feel like, I'm finally getting used to talking to Simon or our guests on this camera thing, where because I'd be like, everybody else looks like they're looking right at me, and I'm like looking over here, and I'm over that now. Like, I realize that I probably look cross-eyed half the time or whatever. I don't even care anymore because I'm just getting so used to it. And so, but I feel like you guys are all in the same room with me. And so,
right.
we really, cool? Yeah, it's so cool. And I mean, I just you guys are just fantastic. And what an opportunity that we've gotten to meet each other. Most of you probably wouldn't have given me the time of day before. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that our paths might not have crossed, and so because we're varied backgrounds, right?
I'll give you the path. I'll give you the path. Yeah.
Some of us smoke cigarettes and drink White Russians, and others are total exercise, clean living, healthy, the way you're supposed to be, right? Those people don't normally hang out, right? But so I'm just saying, I don't know, we're from all walks of life. And I think one other thing I want to say, and then I'm going to shut up and we're going to leave. I think this is fantastic because I'm seeing the young people and the older people, like we're bridging the gap together. We're learning together. There's a lot of the young folks that, like you say, they know the AI stuff like the back of their hand. They're building stuff. They know different things than we know. And whenever I'm listening to Spaces or I watch other shows like this, I'm noticing, like Uncle Buster's and Berserkers, Coffee Time or Boardroom, whatever. They have different people pop on. Marvin Davis goes on that one too. They're different ages, but they got different stories to tell, right? They got different opinions, different life lessons, and they respect each other, and they're talking and they're collaborating with each other. And it's just so wonderful to see. And so, when they say you can create your own reality, your own universe and all this stuff, I truly believe that you can, and we are. And, the more people we get to join us, the more powerful we are in making the world the way we want it to be, the way that it should be. So in any event, with that, I want to wish everybody a good rest of the evening. We love you guys. We will see you back here next week for Back to Basics Part 3.
Back to Basics Part 3. Check it out.